a wild elephant, wounded by poachers, once did something extraordinary. It walked, on its own, straight up to a truck full of humans. It had never been rescued by people before. It had every reason to fear them. But it stopped in front of them and waited to be helped. Stories like this seem to happen again and again. Dolphins tangled in fishing line, swimming up to divers to be cut free. Birds that return year after year to the human who once healed them. And every time, we ask the same emotional question. Did that animal actually know we were trying to help? The honest answer is more surprising than the stories themselves. First, we have to be honest about something hard. We can't ask an animal what it's thinking. We can only watch what it does. And it's dangerously easy to see human feelings where there may be none. We're storytelling creatures. We instinctively imagine minds like our own. So when an animal looks into our eyes during a rescue, we feel gratitude. But feeling it doesn't make it true. Scientists have to be more careful. They ask a sharper question. Not, does it feel grateful? But, does it understand that a human is choosing to help? And to answer that, you have to split the animal world in two. On one side are domesticated animals, and dogs are the superstars. Because dogs are not really wild animals that we tamed recently. We've shaped them over tens of thousands of years to live alongside us. And that long partnership literally reshaped how their brains work. Here's a stunning example scientists have tested. Point at something, and a dog will look where you're pointing. That sounds simple, but it's a genuinely advanced social skill. It means the dog understands your gesture is a message meant for it. Amazingly, even chimpanzees, our closest relatives, struggle with this. But dogs get it naturally, often better than any other species. They read our faces, our tone of voice, the direction of our gaze. For dogs, understanding human help isn't a mystery. It's what they evolved to do. But wild animals are a completely different story. They didn't evolve to understand us. Often, we're just a potential threat. And yet, some wild animals are astonishingly intelligent. Take crows and their relatives, some of the smartest animals alive. In one famous experiment, researchers wore masks and mistreated wild crows. The crows remembered those exact faces and scolded them for years. They even taught their young to fear those faces, though the chicks never saw the event. Crows can recognize individual humans and hold grudges. That's real. Dolphins and elephants show remarkable memory and social intelligence too. So these animals clearly notice us and learn from us. But here's the crucial gap scientists keep pointing to. Recognizing a human is not the same as understanding a human's intentions. A crow knowing your face is impressive, but it's mostly learned association. This face meant danger before, so avoid it. That's memory, not mind reading. Understanding that a human is deliberately trying to help you is far harder. It requires grasping that another creature has goals, and that one is to aid you. And on that specific question, scientists are refreshingly honest. The evidence is genuinely uncertain and often controversial. Studies testing whether wild animals see humans as intentional agents have produced mixed, debated results. There's no clear yes. So we genuinely don't know if a wild animal grasps that we're helping. Which brings us to those emotional rescue moments. When a trapped, panicking animal suddenly goes still and calm, it's tempting to read it as, it understands I'm here to help. But there are simpler explanations that are probably closer to the truth. Sometimes a terrified animal simply freezes, a survival response to overwhelming fear. Sometimes it's pure exhaustion. It has fought until it has nothing left. Going still isn't always trust. Sometimes it's just the fight running out. But that's not the whole story either, because something real can happen too. Animals absolutely can learn that a specific human means safety. Over repeated encounters, fear can fade and be replaced by trust. That's why some rescued animals return to their rescuers again and again. It may not be gratitude as we feel it, but it's a real, learned bond. So, do wild animals know when you're trying to help them? The most truthful answer is, probably not the way you imagine. They likely don't think, this kind human is choosing to save me. But they can read cues, learn from experience, and come to trust. A wild animal may sense that you're not attacking, that you're calm and gentle. It may learn that this particular human, in this moment, is not a danger. And for a frightened wild creature, that itself is remarkable. To override the deepest instinct of all, fear of a predator, and stay still in the hands of another species, that's its own kind of miracle. Maybe we don't need them to think exactly like us. Maybe the truth is quieter and just as beautiful. Two very different minds, meeting for a moment. One choosing to help, the other choosing, against instinct, to trust. They may not understand our intentions the way another person would. But in that fragile moment of calm, something genuine passes between you. Not the story we imagine, but something true. And maybe that's enough. The wild doesn't owe us gratitude. Sometimes it offers us trust anyway. If you love the honest science behind the world's most beautiful questions, this is your channel. Subscribe to Fiuzaverse, and let's keep finding the truth inside the wonder.